Hello, potato! We are once again traveling to distant shores via our local international supermarket to try foods from lands that aren't the United States. And today we are revisiting kimbap. I've only had kimbap a couple times in my life, and mostly on this channel we have that frozen japchae kimbap, which was quite good. We've actually bought that a couple more times since then. That's pretty darned good. And so I thought, well, what other kinds of kimbap are there to try? And indeed, the market where we bought the japchae kimbap has other types of frozen kimbap, like today's, which is Vegan Kimbap Seaweed and Tofu. This is from 11:45, a hungry time of 11:45, which is, up like 15 minutes before lunch generally. If that's a hungry time, this video comes out like at 3 in the afternoon, so that must be a pretty hungry time if you haven't eaten yet. But Vegan Kimbap Seaweed Tofu, unfortunately, they've put so the whole package, this is definitely not a product made for North America, because everything on here is in Korean. And given that the market probably caters more to people who speak other languages first, be it Korean or Chinese, this particular store does have I think a strong lean towards Chinese. They've made sure to not cover the directions in the native language and merely stuck the American label here on the front, which is unfortunate because I kind of want to see the rest of this artwork. I'm very intrigued by a hungry time. I'm very intrigued by, I kind of want to see this. I'm hoping this loosens in the microwave so I can peel that label off and see the rest of the cover art. So again, it's another non-meat kimbap. I don't think I've had a kimbap yet that had meat in it. It has, I remember seeing it, I was familiar with it before trying it, but what I always thought was meat in it was apparently burdock, because burdock does seem to kind of look a little like meat when in kimbap, which is coincidentally the only way I found burdock to be palatable is in kimbap. But ingredient wise, what do we have in here? We have konjac, is this not real rice? Konjac rice, that is, I've done that before. That was years ago, back in the quarantine logs. I bought a blind box of Miracle Noodle stuff, and it had konjac rice in it, and it was not good. I probably should have read the ingredients when I bought this. I figured just seaweed and tofu, vegan. It does list rice there. Rice, konjac powder, mixed formulation. So there might be real rice in this too. Tapioca starch, potassium hydroxide, purified water, oats, brown rice, barley, sesame oil, black sesame, coconut oil, onion powder, black tea, maybe for coloring, tofu, seaweed, radish, lather, sesame oil, salt, roasted sesame, onion powder. All right, nothing too weird. I'm a little hesitant on the konjac rice there, but we'll see what that, or konjac. I've never known how to pronounce that correctly. But much like with the japchae one, we do just microwave this in the package. Now the japchae said to just cut off the corner. That one actually had a lot of English instructions. This one says to cut off the end. So I don't know, or cut off the edge. I don't want to cut off the entire edge like we're gonna open it, or if we want to just cut the corner like we did with the japchae. I think I'll probably just cut the corner. So cut the edge of the package, microwave on high for 3 minutes. That's the entirety of the instructions, which is weird because on the back, and I haven't run this through Translate or anything, but that sure looks like instructions for cooking it in a frying pan to me. Or maybe steaming it? I don't know, because we have microwave instructions up here, and then we have some other instruction here, which again looks like it's a stovetop preparation, but I don't know if maybe you're boiling it in the bag or actually frying it. And I could just translate that and find out, but let's maintain the mystery. Or you can translate it and find out and tell me in the comments a thing that I probably will have already figured out my own, after the video goes up, or after I've done recording it anyways. So, nutrition facts. I'll look at those. 260 calories for the entire roll, which is that's not bad at all. Be a good little lunch if it tastes good. 25% of your daily sodium, so that's not fantastic, but we've certainly done worse. And 12 grams of protein, which I think is on the higher end of these kind of instant lunch kind of things I've done on here. So let's go heat up our seafood and tofu vegan tofu seaweed. Did I say seafood and tofu? I think I did, didn't I? Our seaweed and tofu vegan kimbap. And then we'll come on back and give it a try and see if that rice is as scary as I think it might be. Also, see if maybe this softens up and I can take it off of the packaging. Be right back. So a couple bits of good news. First off, the microwaving did cause the label to come loose. So now we can see the full packaging in its glory, which, yes, that I'm glad we got to see that, because that is an image. We have our kimbap hungry time standing on a scale. I guess because there's only 260 calories, so maybe it's a kind of a weight lossy sort of an option. It's supposed to be a healthier option. I don't know. I don't read Korean, but yes, I'm glad we got to see all that. That is pretty much everything I had hoped for. The other good news is there was actually a little dotted line down here, that off camera where I'm holding it, down here showing you where to cut for the microwave. So that is what I did. I found that luckily before we put it in the microwave and cut anything off. Also, just in case you're wondering, 210 calories, 225 kcal, which is interestingly different, 260 calories for Americans. But this is good till July 30th, which I don't think was covered up. I just didn't see it. All right, let's open her up. I guess I should have brought the scissors. There we go. Oh, no, there we go. There we go. We can get it open that way. Let's open up and check out our vegan tofu and seaweed kimbap in all of its microwaved glory. So it looks, it does look different than the japchae. Yeah, I'm getting water all over the table there. That's fine. But I kind of want that artwork on display. Sure, there we go. I know. Bring a little stand back. That's what I had the stand for to begin with. Let's put the little stand back, and that can hold up. That can do a worse job apparently of holding up the plastic packaging than just leaning it against stuff on its own. All right. So it looks like it's thicker than the japchae kimbap, and that the seaweed's not pulling it quite so tight. Let's see if we can get a piece out of here, take a look at it. Let's go from the middle here. That divider looks, well, it certainly looks different than the japchae, doesn't it? It does not have that kind of neat, organized look that I'm used to seeing in kimbap. Even though I haven't eaten it, I've seen it, and it looks very organized inside. This side looks very messy. I mean, obviously we have tofu and we have seaweed, and the rice does look a little weird. It's a little extra gelatinized, like it might be that konjac stuff. So I guess the stuff would be lower calorie than normal steamed rice would, though, right? It's been a few years, but I remember really not being particularly super impressed with it. All right, well, let's give it a try. I mean, give it a sniff. It smells very seaweedy, but that could mean the seaweed on the outside would make it smell seaweedy, but yeah, seaweed is definitely the prominent scent here. Let's give it a try. Hot. Well, the good news is, if it is that fake rice, it hides it well. I am mostly getting the texture of the seaweed, not the seaweed, of the tofu. It's kind of a vaguely meaty texture. The rice feels normal enough when mixed with the tofu and the seaweed. It's a piece on its own, though. That feels like just normal rice to me. It's a little salty, again, seaweed. Otherwise, fairly bland in flavor. I legitimately cannot tell if that's proper rice or konjac rice, like the fake rice. So that's fine, I guess. I mean, if I can't tell, that doesn't matter. So it's not bad. This is not bad. It is not the like flavor explosion the japchae one is, which of course being not the japchae one, that stands to a certain amount of reason. I'm gonna say it's not as good as the japchae one. The japchae one sets a pretty high bar and this doesn't quite make it. But it's not bad. I mean, this could be a decent enough quick work lunch. Throw it in the microwave for 3 minutes and you have yourself a fairly low calorie, if not exactly totally low sodium. I mean, low sodium compared to like instant noodles, but quarter of your daily sodium and a good amount of protein. There's a good amount of protein in there, probably from the tofu. But yeah, it's not bad. You can honestly do with a sauce of some sort. I don't know, do you put sauce on kimbap? I feel like, because, you know, like sushi, you'd put like some soy sauce on. And this definitely, construction-wise, looks very much like sushi. But I would be afraid this would make this fall apart, especially like this one here where it looks like it's already ripping apart anyways. But the flavor is not like in your face. It's not as strongly flavored as the japchae. It does not have that kind of crunch to it. And again, it's tofu and seaweed, and we shouldn't expect them to. It's just, you know, this is what I have to compare it to, is I have very limited experience with kimbap. The tofu on its own, crumbly, slightly savory. I mean, I'm getting probably some of the seaweed flavoring in there too. Not bad, certainly inoffensive. It doesn't taste as though it's been marinated in anything particularly strong. Yeah, this is not bad. This is absolutely cromulent. Now the store had other ones by this brand. I think I picked this one because the other ones like all had mushrooms in them, and not a fan of mushrooms. So I think that's why I picked this one. So I don't know if I'll be revisiting the 1145 brand again, but if I find something that sounds interesting or sounds like something I would like, I wouldn't turn away. Plus, just to see more of this fantastic artwork. I do love the artwork. Artwork is honestly one of the more striking things about it. I think it's a shame that they've covered it up with the American label, but I get it because, again, if your primary audience is people who actually speak Korean, you're going to want this to be what's visible to them more so than your awesome artwork, even though it is awesome artwork. Although, yeah, this kimbap does not have any of the strips of stuff in it like that. This is all very much just a mushmash of ingredients. But it's not bad. Do not dislike it. Would eat it again. Probably wouldn't buy it again though. But like if for some reason somebody gave me some 1145 vegan kimbap seaweed and tofu, yeah, I would eat it. I would eat it contentedly enough. Are there things I'd want more? Yes, absolutely. But it's perfectly acceptable, perfectly palatable, perfectly inoffensive. Not overly flavored, not spicy in the slightest. So yeah, it's good source of protein, not that bad in the sodium, and pretty low in calorie. So it depends on what your priorities are, where this is going to hit for you. But just for the pureness of flavor and satisfaction, it's fairly middle of the road. When you factor in the lower calories, that does help quite a bit. Well, I'm going to finish my hungry time and finish my kimbap. I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. I do thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.